What is going on, world? What's up, YouTube? It's Zero here. Today, I'm bringing you guys a brand new episode and rebranded 8 Below Show. Welcome to the 8 Below Show, guys, the best gaming related show here on YouTube. And I'm super excited about our episode here today. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's get into it. I started the 8 Below Show 3 years ago, and over the course of time, guys, this show meant so much to me. We talked about everything in the world of gaming, esports, entertainment, and it's a really special show to me. And after I stopped the show, and kind of slowed down and kind of was transitioning things in terms of what we were trying to do on the YouTube channel, I kept going back over and over again, back to the 8 Below Show as one of those shows that I did here on the channel. And I felt that it was such a disservice not to bring this show back. We obviously recently brought back the Gears Cast. And the Gears Cast, guys, has been something that's been very close to my heart as well. You guys can check out all that content for all of you Gears of War fans. That's where you guys can check out that content. For the 8 Below Show, it's pretty much all of those other games, guys, that I've wanted to talk about specifically. The future of gaming, the future of esports and entertainment, and that's what we talk about on the 8 Below Show. Like I said, I started a few years ago, and we slightly rebranded it. So obviously the changes now, it's an actual 8 for 8 Below Show instead of it spelled out. And I think that as it's transitioned, there's going to be slight changes to the 8 Below Show from its first rendition. This is now, the 8 Below Show 2.0 here in 2023, and I'm super excited about it. The structure of the show is going to be the same in terms of the games. We're going to be talking about the future of a number of games. We're going to be talking about current games, past games. We're going to talk about possible iterations of new titles that'll be coming out, news, some content revolving around different forms of entertainment. I'm really excited to bring this show back, though. I felt that there is no zrotv. There is no Zero without the 8 Below Show as being a part of it. And really just gave us a lot of exposure, and a lot of you out there loved it. And we were really building something special there. I felt like it was a disservice to just end that show and kind of move on. I felt that it was important, though, in 2023 to bring it back. But I didn't want to change the name. I just wanted to rebrand it slightly. And so that's what we did. And so really excited about it, guys. The 8 Below Show is back, as well as the Gears Cast, and we're gonna have more future announcements here in the very near future. I'm really excited about it. Lots and lots of content is going to be coming out here on the YouTube channel as well as on the Twitch channel. Just really excited, guys. Thank you so much for all the support you guys have given me up to this point. Let's get into it. One of my most anticipated games of the future was quantumerror, and we've been hearing a number of things over the course of time, guys. This is a game, a cosmic horror FPS title that I'm really excited to dive into. It's a game that looks like it's got a lot of that, a lot of terror, of course, that you would want to see out of any horror title out there, but it's got that looks like a big budget kind of style title that's coming out with a very small team behind it. And so the very small team over at Team Kill Media, they've because of the community, because of Epic, amongst a number of different places, they've been able to fund this game to make it look like this is a AAA title that's coming out. What I'm really excited, though, is that quantumerror is going to be the start of what is believed to be a trilogy. They're planning a full-blown trilogy for quantumerror, and with the mindset of just focusing solely on quantumerror at this point in time. And we're going to be getting an announcement very, very soon, because on their Twitter account, there's a couple of things that they're giving us and a few things that they're letting us know about. So I want to talk about the things we know about the story of quantumerror. I also want to talk about what we got in the form of a story teaser trailer, and when we can expect the game possibly, because we're going to be finding these things out very, very soon. Let's get into it. So guys, on quantumerror's Twitter account, It says August 16th at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Join us on Sony's YouTube channel for the unveiling of Quantum Error's release date story trailer. So what plays in the beginning is just to join us. They want us to go, obviously, to Sony's YouTube channel for that unveiling of the release date and the story trailer, which we've gotten multiple story trailers, but this is another story trailer that we're going to be getting out, and obviously the long-awaited release date. And Quantum Error, guys, in my mind, is still flying in a significant way under the radar. Now, maybe we're going to be getting a lot more information about this game, and maybe when it comes out, you know, hopefully it's going to be up to us as the community to really build this thing into something really, really special. I cannot wait to play Quantum Error. I'll be getting it, of course, day one, guys. But if we go to Quantum Error's official website, we definitely get some information in regard to, you know, even some further information about the story and what this game is all about. And so the United Nations of America has integrated AI into everyday life. Monad, the most powerful tech company in the world, created the Advanced Retinal Global Unity System, Argus, to activate and operate this AI, which is mandatory for all people on Earth. People are divided by necessary and unnecessary and will be activated or not activated according to the professions they work in, resulting in opposition from and the formation of militant groups. When the Monad Quantum Research Facility, 30 miles off the shore of California, is attacked by an unknown entity in the year 2109, engulfing the complex in flames and putting it into a full containment lockdown, a distress call is sent out for mutual aid to the Garboa Fire Department in San Francisco, California. Fire Chief Sturgis answers the call and sends you Captain Jacob Thomas and your partner Shane Costa and a crew by helicopter to the Monad facility. Now, first and foremost, guys, what is really fascinating to me, just right off the bat about this story, is it's all about like integrated AI into our everyday life, which I love, and we're obviously getting more and more AI that's being integrated right now into everyday life as it is here in 2023. But I love that concept of AI, and then things go wrong, and there's obviously, you know, an unknown attack, which is going to be very fascinating. You know, from these trailers and everything that we've seen so far, it's very fascinating to say the least. Definitely some psychological elements to it. There's going to be creatures, monsters, things of that nature. It's going to be very interesting to see what these entities all end up being here in Quantum Error. Now, what starts as a simple mission to save lives from the burning complex soon descends into a nightmarish cosmic journey that will take you from reality to other worlds where you must fight for your life as well as others. Experience the cinematic story-driven first-person, third-person shooter game set in the coming of the quantum age. Explore and descend deep into the high-tech yet esoteric Monad facility and beyond to interstellar travel, encountering enemies and bosses from the familiar to the inexplicable. Ride a roller coaster of cosmic horror as you fall deeper and deeper into the unknown. So one of the things here that's really fascinating to me, I said it was a first-person shooter, which it is, but it's also a third-person, so you have that option to go one or the other, which is absolutely fascinating to me. I also love that they're talking about interstellar travel. You know, are we going to different worlds here in this game? That's another thing that's going to be really interesting to see what they, where we go and how that, you know, almost like going into some significant unknowns within the game. And there's going to be things as it plays out. Sounds like there's a lot of mystery behind this as well. You know, I think of like Dead Space and games like this. Where, you know, you're kind of in a very, you're almost like trapped, but you're also, you're forced to go down certain corridors and things of that nature. So it's very claustrophobic. But there's also going to be variety potentially in terms of where you go. And that might be very interesting to say the least. Immerse yourself into a cinematic story and seamless gameplay as you made a full cast of intriguing characters that leave you questioning everyone's motives up until the very last moment. Experience stunning graphics and dramatic lighting utilizing global illumination and Unreal Engine 5, accompanied by a provocative soundtrack and 3D audio where you feel the terror of this cosmic journey. And guys, look, I am absolutely ecstatic about this title. Even the Quantum Error merch, I want to actually get like the posters. I want to get a hoodie, a t-shirt. I definitely want to like really gear up for this thing because it's a small company that's making this title and it looks really special, and they're banking on us coming through for them, that being the community, so that we can get more iterations of this game, of this title, and hopefully get a very long withstanding franchise here. So guys, if you haven't already and you're excited for Quantum Error, definitely check out the website, check out their merchandise, all of those things. Check it out, guys. Seriously, Quantum Error is very high on my most anticipated games list of the future. I cannot wait to play this game. I'm a massive horror fan myself, and so when a game like this is coming out, even though it doesn't have like multiplayer elements and things of that nature, those may be things that we could get in the future, which is something I'm hoping for, that the series evolves as time goes, where we have a story and maybe some co-op elements. I think that it's awesome that, when you play by yourself, when it's a horror title, when you play by yourself, that's those scares and everything are elevated. When you play with someone else, it's not as scary because you're playing with someone. So I love that you have that single player, but I would love to see like some co-op modes in the future, maybe some multiplayer modes in the future where maybe you and your friends can go up against waves and waves of these entities, similar to that of like Gears of War, their horde mode. I would just love to see it evolve, but it's all going to be up to us as the community to come through for this and this title. But let me know what you guys think about Quantum Error in the comment section down below. Let's have a real conversation about it. And for more Quantum Error content and videos, stay here with zrotv. A game that is very high up as well on my most anticipated games list is State of Decay 3. This is a very highly anticipated sequel to the State of Decay games that have come out, and Undead Labs guys obviously released an announcement trailer. That announcement trailer came out in 2020, so we're in 2023 now, and I'm a little bit concerned, guys, about the development of State of Decay 3. Is this game in some form of development hell? Are there like issues internally with Undead Labs and maybe Microsoft in terms of getting this thing pushed forward? Or are they just really taking their time on the game, which is what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that they're just taking a lot of time to make sure that everything is perfect. But right now, since it's been so quiet in terms of State of Decay 3 and where we are with this title, I wanted to go ahead and do a video talking about the things that we know right now. This is an article coming from Josh West of Games Radar. It's been years since we last saw State of Decay 3, but here's all the latest news, gameplay details, and release information. It's been a long time since we last heard any concrete updates on State of Decay 3, the new zombie survival simulation from Undead Labs. The sequel to 2018's State of Decay 2 has long been anticipated, particularly as the development studio has since been acquired by Microsoft and brought in under the Xbox Game Studios banner. State of Decay 3 is undoubtedly one of the most anticipated upcoming Xbox Series X games, with the Unreal Engine 5 developed survival game promising to offer a next evolution on the formula Undead Labs has created for this series. So here's everything that we know. Xbox Game Studios is yet to confirm a release date for State of Decay 3. Despite being announced at the Xbox Game Showcase in 2020, there have been precious few details released surrounding the upcoming survival game, although developer Undead Labs is said to be still hard at work on its Xbox Series X exclusive. So first and foremost, guys, in terms of where this game is where you're gonna be able to play it, State of Decay 3 is set to release on Xbox Series X and PC. Like all of the other video games in development under the Xbox Game Studio publishing wing, State of Decay 3 will launch day one on the Xbox Game Pass subscription service and is expected to be available via Xbox Cloud Gaming like its predecessor, State of Decay 2. Now, in terms of the gameplay, this has been something a lot of people have been asking about. While Undead Labs is yet to reveal all that much about the State of Decay 3 gameplay experience, the studio is promising that it will be the new ultimate in zombie survival simulation. As for what the next evolution in State of Decay will ultimately look like, we know that the game is being developed in Unreal Engine 5, with Undead Labs collaborating with Gears of War developer The Coalition to get the most out of the platform, which is really interesting to me. We talk about Gears of War, and the Coalition, they're doing an awesome job with Unreal Engine 5. And obviously, Undead Labs, I think, when we saw that initial announcement trailer for State of Decay 3, it reminded me a lot of The Last of Us. And what's interesting to me is I'm wondering if Xbox wants to take the approach where they want to compete against that of The Last of Us, the PlayStation exclusive. And so bringing in the Coalition from a graphical perspective, even from a gameplay perspective, may be very interesting. It's been 5 years since the release of State of Decay 2, a survival simulation which sought to let players navigate a zombie apocalypse by maintaining relationships with allies, managing resources, and establishing defenses against a surmounting horde of undead intruders. We expect Undead Labs to build on these systems for State of Decay 3, and if the reveal trailer is anything to go by, there should be a greater focus on both exploration and combating corrupted wildlife, making the task of gathering usable sustenance all that much harder. In terms of the development, guys, State of Decay 3 may have been announced in 2020, but it has been reported that the game was still in pre-production as of 2022. This news came out as part of an investigation into developer Undead Labs' workplace culture, in which studio staff put forward allegations of a number of different things, guys, which we've heard very little on the development of State of Decay 3 since then. Outside of Xbox Game Studios head Matt Booty confirming that Microsoft is happy with the direction the game is heading in on an episode of Xbox's Major Nelson podcast. So look, bottom line is this. We still don't know a lot. And I think, guys, it's safe to say that there's definitely been some delays on the back end, because I don't think that they had anticipated just announcing the announcement trailer in 2020, getting everybody kind of excited, and then years go by without anything whatsoever. I believe that they probably were anticipating on releasing the game actually more so in like 2022 was when they were maybe hoping on releasing it, and there were just a lot of delays, a lot of setbacks. There was maybe some issues internally, and hopefully at this point it's not in a development hell, because the longer time goes without seeing anything, the more concerns are starting to rise. Should we be concerned for State of Decay 3, guys? Let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Let's have a real conversation about it. And for more State of Decay 3 content and videos, stay here with zrotv. A series a lot of people want to see come back is Uncharted. And this is a franchise, guys, that was, as time went on, I believe in the series, it just got better and better. Like, I absolutely loved Uncharted. My second favorite PlayStation exclusive of all time, behind The Last of Us, also done by Naughty Dog. But a lot of people have wondered, is this a game that's are we gonna get another Uncharted? And a lot of people were saying that there's an untitled Uncharted that's being worked on behind the scenes, and people are releasing posters and all this different stuff's going on within the community. And so I wanted to talk about this because, obviously, Naughty Dog has talked about this, and they've been vocal about Uncharted. And so I wanted to bring up an article from The Gamer, and this is from George Foster over there. He said, don't expect another Nathan Drake adventure from Naughty Dog. He says, don't go expecting a new Uncharted from Naughty Dog anytime soon, as Neil Druckmann has confirmed that the studio has moved on from the series. Ever since The Last of Us Part 2's launch in 2020, Naughty Dog has been quite quiet on what it's working on next, only revealing the untitled faction sequel that it's had in development for quite some time. That's led to a lot of speculation about what its next big single-player game will be, and even though we still don't have much idea, we can now say for certain that it won't be Uncharted. So in my mind, guys, I do believe that they're just working on the next Last of Us title. Maybe they're working on something separately, to kind of keep those creative juices flowing. Naughty Dog seems to be one of those studios now that is very large and wants to, obviously they want to continue creating really awesome stories. But what would make a lot of sense to me is if you released an Uncharted title and then a Last of Us title, and you kind of went back and forth, and you continued it maybe with Nathan Drake's kid. in the next one, but it sounds like they just want to work on new stuff at this point, and I totally respect it. During an interview with BuzzFeed, Naughty Dog co-president Neil Druckmann talked about what the studio might get up to in the future, mostly in response to the request for The Last of Us Part 3, and says that it's up to them whether they want to continue a series or not, referencing Uncharted as an example of something it's moving on from. Druckmann said Sony have supported us every step of the way to follow our passions, meaning that just because something is successful, people think there's all this pressure and we have to make a sequel. That's not the case. For us, Uncharted was insanely successful. Uncharted 4 was one of our best-selling games, and we're able to put our final breaststroke on that story and say that we're done. We're moving on. Druckmann makes it pretty clear that Naughty Dog won't be making an Uncharted game in the near future, but that doesn't mean that we won't see the series return in some form. Back in October, a job listing for Sony's new San Diego studio, PSS Visual Arts indicated that it was working with Naughty Dog for a new title in a beloved franchise. Unless PSS Visual Arts is working on a new Jack game, it seems likely that it's developing a reboot of the Uncharted series with Naughty Dog overseeing development. So I think this is really fascinating, guys, because there's been a lot of talk that there was an untitled Uncharted project coming at some point in the future. And to me, I don't believe that Naughty Dog is going to be directly making the game, because I believe that they're still working on The Last of Us Part 3, factions, all these different things that they're working on the Last of Us world. And maybe, at some point they're going to move on to another title altogether. But I do think that it only makes sense for someone else to take the reins, and Naughty Dog kind of oversees what's happening in terms of with a, whether it's a soft reboot, whether you continue the story, but just not with Nathan Drake. It would be with, his kid or something of that nature. That could be really, really fascinating. Or somebody else completely, different in the Uncharted universe, and they just want to do kind of some spin-offs or something of that nature. That would make a lot of sense to me as well, because there's still a huge amount of people, massive fan base that wants to see the continuation of Uncharted in some way, shape, or form. It'll be interesting to say the least what they decide to do in the future with this IP, but right now, it looks like Naughty Dog, they have no plans of really working on anything, maybe overseeing something in the future, but they're not even confirming that at this point. So we'll have to kind of wait and see. Would you want to see an Uncharted title, or a soft reboot, a continuation, or would you want to see Naughty Dog oversee it, or would you want somebody else to, so that they can work on The Last of Us, that being Naughty Dog? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Let's have a real conversation about it. And for more Uncharted content and videos, stay here with zrotv. So obviously, guys, one of my favorite games and franchises of all time is Call of Duty. And I want to talk about Call of Duty because obviously with Modern Warfare 3 coming out, there was, a time when MW3 came out, and, it was, that sequel to one of my favorite games of all time, which was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Back in 2009 is what I'm talking, 2009 MW2. And MW3 comes out, and a lot of the marketing and a lot, obviously there was a lot of really cool things that they did with MW3. And although it was not nearly as good in my mind as MW2, all the way back then, I believed that it opened up a door for them to continue the Modern Warfare franchise into a Modern Warfare 4, which I thought would be really, really cool. And all these years later, we've got MW3 once again on the doorstep, and we're about to get MW3, and, there's a lot of buzz, a lot of excitement about it, and even though it's going to be, they're adding things to MW2, but it also seems that, this is more of a reskin of MW2. Modern Warfare 3, though, in my mind now, here in 2023, really is going to open up the door for a Modern Warfare 4, which was something that I absolutely wanted to see all the way back, back when we got MW3. I wanted to see that continue in some way, shape, or form. And I've said it for a long time, even though I really want to see like a Call of Duty Ghost 2 happen. I think that would be really awesome. I've said that, you have your two biggest sub-series in the overarching franchise that is Call of Duty in the form of Black Ops and Modern Warfare. And if they just went back and forth between Black Ops and Modern Warfare, it would make complete sense to me. And I would be okay with that because Modern Warfare and Black Ops, those are two of my favorite, just franchises in general and just all of gaming. I think Modern Warfare has done, in Infinity Ward, has done an incredible job in terms of telling a story. So the campaigns for Modern Warfare are unbelievable. From multiplayer experiences and things of that nature, Treyarch does an incredible job with Black Ops. So it's almost like you kind of get the best of both worlds because one game comes out and then the following year you get the opposite, a different game. And we got obviously Modern Warfare 3 this year. Next year you got probably another Black Ops title coming from Treyarch. And so I'm totally on board with it. Modern Warfare 4 was something I wanted to see way back, guys. Like I really wanted to see, a Modern Warfare 4 continue because I just thought that, hey, you know what? MW2, absolute classic. COD 4, Modern Warfare 1, that was a classic as well. MW3, yeah, it's a classic at this point, but it wasn't as great as those original two in my mind. MW4, what could this potentially be? And we never got it. And so I'm hoping that we get a Modern Warfare 4 after Modern Warfare 3 here. And I hope this one does, really well in terms of, I believe it's going to be a commercial success and all of that without question. It's Call of Duty. But I just want to see them continue it in the form of a Modern Warfare 4 where it just has kind of felt like they're just like running out of ideas in terms of what to name Call of Duty. Like we already had an MW2, an MW1, a Modern Warfare 3. It would be like finally they're getting out of that shadow by having a Modern Warfare 4. They're getting away from the narrative of just renaming different games. And so I'm excited, to say the least, guys, to see a MW4. Obviously, I'm very excited for MW3, but MW4 I think could be something really, really special because they can, at that point, MW4 would be, not just a reskin. It would be a completely new game, we would have our, probably a continuation of the campaign. Obviously, you have your multiplayer, hopefully some awesome co-op modes as well. I just want to see Modern Warfare continue because part of the thing that's concerned me is with this reskin of MW2, is it going to do as well as like a full-blown release for a Call of Duty? They're making it seem like it's a full-blown release, but what I'm saying is, even though it's somewhat of a reskin of MW2, is this going to hurt the Modern Warfare name somewhat, especially when we're talking about from a pricing perspective and all of that for just Call of Duty and casual Call of Duty players? It's going to be interesting to say the least. I believe though right now it has opened the door for what I wanted all those years ago, which was a Modern Warfare 4. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And for more Call of Duty Modern Warfare content and videos, stay here with zrotv. And with that being said, everyone, I hope you guys did enjoy this episode of the 8 Below Show. And if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and as always, I'll talk to you guys all in the next one. Peace.